Hey, welcome back. This is the summary for the entire UC Claremont undergraduate geology research program excursion to South Dakota, Wyoming, and I think that's pretty much it, where we went in terms of geography. So I went on this trip last year, and it was a lot of fun, and I learned a lot last year. But coming at it again a second time around sort of gave me a better understanding of what it is exactly that we were trying to look for and trying to find. And when we found those things, why it was significant. Last year, I was more a bright-eyed freshman that was trying to understand everything. And now it's more of I've had more time to talk with Dr. Hunt. I've published more with Dr. Hunt, and I've learned more from her in the classroom over the years since the last time we were out here. And now coming out again, it's easier for me to sort of connect everything that she's been trying to explain, which is fantastic. I feel that this trip has prepared not only me, but my fellow students here for our transfer down to the Clifton campus at UC. The things that Dr. Hunt was teaching us, how to recognize certain geologic features. She was telling us about certain things that we would be learning in geomorphology, pointing them out and making sure that we understood them so that we could then apply that to the classroom in a sort of reverse application. Because normally you go to the classroom, you learn all of these things, you learn all of these words and all of these concepts, and then that's it. You don't get a chance to take it out to the field and learn it. And this year, and hopefully next year, and a year after that, and a year after that, we can keep coming out here to connect the textbook to what's actually real. I can look at a picture of a pegmatite with tourmaline inclusions and say, okay, yeah, that's what it looks like, but that's not the same as walking up and touching it. And beyond that, being able to have Dr. Hunt right next to me saying, this is why it's here. This is why it exists. And then being able to take samples of that pegmatite, bring it back to the lab, and understand it even further. And that's just one example. I don't have words for the appreciation that I feel to Dr. Hunt and to the university for letting this happen, because this is great. This is exactly how geology should be taught. It's connecting the field to the classroom in the best way possible. Everything that we did was the epitome of geology. It was connecting it all together. It turned it into this whole very understandable, very enjoyable, and deeply satisfying experience that is not able to be expressed in words or pictures. It's just something that kind of stays in your head and you don't forget it. And I hope that even if I don't get to go on this trip next year, I hope that this trip happens again next year, because the students that will come after me will have exactly the same experience that I had in the way of learning, in the way of understanding, and having Dr. Hunt there on call to explain anything that we don't know. And she doesn't, yell at us or chastise us for not knowing. That's the point of learning. And she makes sure that we understand that as well as she does. And everything was it was tied together. It was perfect. And to see this trip go on for a couple more years, I think is probably the best move for any new student to geology, and for the university as well. There's no other way to put it. It's perfect. The amount that I learned, the other students, the amount that we all learned is going to help us so much academically that, it's unforgettable. And I hope that in years down the line that this tradition and this trip continues, because I think it will be extremely beneficial to the program as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say on it. Thank you for following this very topsy-turvy vlog series from me especially. And thanks to everybody who made it possible, because it was great. So this is Commander Farron signing off one last time, once more, unto the breach. Goodbye.